Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where I give you all of the latest gaming news. And today we have another really big episode for you Xbox fans. Once again, Team Xbox has revealed new information regarding the Xbox Series X and how they plan to give us information throughout the rest of the year leading into the launch of their next generation consoles, and they do have some really big plans going forward. This includes when they will be showing some of their first-party games and how Project XCloud will be expanding. So stay tuned for all of that because we do have some very exciting stuff to talk about. Beyond that though, we do have some other things to talk about across the industry, and as always, I will try to get all of this news to you in a clear and concise manner without all the extra fluff, so let's get right into it. First up, we have a Mario 64 native PC port. And this is really impressive stuff and also a bit odd, as I will explain. Now, I'm not going to post any kind of gameplay of this port or anything like that because I do think Nintendo is not going to be too happy with this port, and I do think it will be taken down, but I did want to at least talk about it shortly because this is still very impressive. See, the thing is, this Mario 64 PC port is running natively, so that means that fans reverse engineered Mario 64 to run on PC without the need for a Nintendo 64 emulator. And because they did such a good job, Mario 64 is now able to take advantage of PC hardware, so we are seeing things such as 4K support, ultra widescreen mode, and even the support for an Xbox One controller. So yeah, you can actually use an Xbox controller and control the camera with the right analog stick. And as a big Nintendo 64 fan as a kid, that alone is a major improvement. As much as I love the Nintendo 64, and it's actually one of my all-time favorite consoles, the controller was honestly a nightmare. To this day, I still don't know how you were supposed to hold that thing with the D-pad on the side, and then you had that one analog stick in the middle of the controller. It worked for the time, but, looking back on it, it was not a good controller. This Mario 64 port, though, is apparently running very well, so they did do a good job here. Like I said though, I do think that Nintendo is going to shut this project down relatively soon, so I don't think this native port is going to be up for too long. With that said though, honestly, I think Nintendo should just release these games on PC, and they could make some extra money off of these games. But I don't think they'll actually do something like that. For that matter, rumor has it that we will be seeing a bunch of 3D Mario games ported to the Switch this year, and these are pretty credible sources, so Nintendo is not going to like this and how they have this game ported over to the PC. Moving on though, last week Ubisoft revealed their newest Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla, which we will be seeing our first gameplay of on Inside Xbox this Thursday. I'm really excited about all of that, but the thing about that reveal was that right before Valhalla went up online, Ubisoft registered a domain for Assassin's Creed Valhalla just hours before the trailer went live. That alone is not necessarily significant though, but what if I told you that Ubisoft filed another domain for a big franchise that we haven't seen for a long time? In fact, we haven't seen this franchise in a decade. That's right, Ubisoft has registered a domain for Prince of Persia 6, which could mean an announcement may be happening very soon. Now, once upon a time, Prince of Persia was one of the premier flagship titles for Ubisoft, but it slowly vanished into the sunset, so if they truly do bring this game back, I expect a lot of excitement for this game. Now, with that said, there still is no confirmation that there actually is a Prince of Persia in development or happening at all, so I don't want to speculate too much, but I did find this news to be very interesting. I'll ask you though, if Ubisoft really is working on a new Prince of Persia game, would you be excited? Let me know in the comments below. In other news, Amazon has announced a release date for their free-to-play third-person shooter, Crucible. It will be released this month on May 20th and will be one of the first big games to be released by Amazon. We've known for a while Amazon has been trying to find a way to enter the game industry, so with Crucible, we are going to find out what kind of quality they can put in their games. Crucible being a free-to-play game was probably a good decision here, as anybody can just go out and try it for themselves, and for a company trying to enter the game market, that's really what you want to do. You want that mindshare and getting your content into the players' hands. Now, Crucible will have 10 playable characters at launch with their own unique abilities, and they're kind of describing it to be similar to games like Dota or League of Legends. Granted, this is a third-person shooter and not a MOBA, so more of a third-person Overwatch more or less. There will be 3 different playable game modes, and there is apparently a mix of PvE with PvP in these game modes. That to me really does sound like Dota, but we will see on the 20th if this game is any good or not. The gameplay shown so far looks okay. I don't think it looks mind-blowing or anything, but I will pay attention to Crucible, and we'll find out more here soon. And for one last topic before we start talking about Xbox, we did get some CyberPunk 2077 news today. The first of which is that CD Projekt Red is teasing some kind of an event, trailer, or even an announcement for June 11th. They tweeted this, simply saying, "Get ready." And the thing about that is that CD Projekt Red is one of the developers that is linked to the Summer Game Fest. So it is very possible that we may have a small event showcasing Cyberpunk 2077 with an in-depth look of its gameplay, so mark your calendars for June 11th. That's not all though, because apparently Cyberpunk 2077 was rated in Australia and received an 18+ rating. This was due to apparently a lot of sexual content, and based off what I was reading, it's far more than you're used to seeing in even games like Grand Theft Auto. This is just based off what I was reading, so I might be wrong there, but they're really going over the top with some of this stuff, and I'm not going to go into any kind of details about this, but I will have a link to an article below and what you can expect with Cyberpunk 2077. So this might be stuff you want to know before you purchase the game, if that type of stuff upsets you at all. Hey, maybe it excites you, so no judging either way, but regardless, the link will be in the description below. And now let's get into the Xbox stuff, because as usual, Xbox is being very transparent about their plans going forward leading into the Xbox Series X. And well, you might as well say this will be the trend all year long, because Xbox has announced Xbox 2020, where we will get news on a monthly basis from Xbox. And to quote Xbox's Aaron Greenberg, he says they have too much to reveal to fit into just one show. Now that is the most telling part here. Xbox must have a lot of stuff to announce, and this is going to be a big year for them. Of course, this all starts this Thursday with Inside Xbox, where we will see some third-party games shown on the Xbox Series X. Now, Aaron Greenberg did reveal a little bit more information about this event, saying that it will be under 1 hour long. They will announce several third-party games that uses the Smart Delivery feature, which again allows you to get a free update of the game on Xbox Series X if you buy it on Xbox One. That is an amazing feature. I just absolutely love that. It's very consumer friendly. He also notes that this will not be the only event showcasing partners for Xbox Series X, and that many of their big partners are working on summer timelines to show over the next few months. So this will be just the beginning of these upcoming Xbox events. That's pretty big news. But one thing I did find very interesting here, and not many people are really talking about this, but Aaron also notes that next month's Xbox 2020 event in June will not be an Inside Xbox episode. He simply says that the event in June will be done differently than Inside Xbox, so whatever that means. I view this as a good thing, honestly, because I don't like Inside Xbox's format, but hopefully Thursday does a better job there. But yeah, it looks like that format will change in June's event. You're probably wondering though, when are we going to see the Xbox first-party content? Well, we actually have a confirmed window now. The big Xbox Game Studios event will be set for July. This is when we will get to see what all of these Xbox Game Studios have been up to over the last couple years. The chance to see Halo Infinite, which is still planned to launch side by side with the Xbox Series X as confirmed today. Maybe we get that rumored Perfect Dark reboot from the Initiative. There is Everwild from Rare. You have an unannounced AAA game from the legendary studio, Double Fine. Hellblade 2 as well as Project Mara from Ninja Theory, maybe a Fable 4 and Forza Horizon 5 from Playground Games. And you know, we have a lot of studios that we could possibly hear from. Even inXile and Obsidian is working on their own AAA RPGs we don't know about yet. I mean, let's just think about this for a moment. Xbox has 15 studios. Most of these studios are working on multiple games. That means that Xbox may possibly have 30 plus games in development right now. That is huge, so this first-party event could end up having a ton of new game announcements. Again, this event will be set for July, and we are going to see big AAA games, as well as new IP, alongside some reboots and sequels. We are probably going to see a little bit of everything at this event, and this is why the future of Xbox is just so exciting. They have a lot of games that they're working on right now. They have Xbox Game Pass, which just keeps growing with quality games and features. And then the Xbox Series X is the most powerful console for next generation. Top it off with Team Xbox's transparency, and I'm personally loving it. You would think that being transparent with your fans is a no-brainer, but for some reason, there are some other publishers being incredibly secretive right now. Now, I'm not going to name any names here, but I think we all know who I'm talking about. There is nothing wrong with revealing your plans to the fans who are excited, and right now Xbox is doing that with a lot of confidence. And here's something I didn't actually know until earlier today, but apparently one of the reasons for the brilliant marketing behind Xbox right now is linked to Jarrett West, the former president of marketing for Netflix. I guess he rejoined Microsoft earlier this year as Chief Marketing Officer at Xbox, which he apparently is behind the plans for Xbox 2020 and the monthly events for Xbox. Of course, Netflix is absolutely huge, and marketing is brilliant over there, so this was a really good hire on Xbox's part, and probably one of the reasons we are seeing such a well-made plan by Team Xbox. Now, speaking of Xbox Game Pass just a moment ago, Xbox did reveal one last thing, and this was kind of confirmed last week, but now it's being reiterated upon. So, Project XCloud will be expanding to more territories this year, including Japan, which I think is a big move considering how much they love mobile gaming. But not only that, but XCloud will be coming to Xbox Game Pass. Now, as of this moment, we do not know if you will have to pay extra for Project XCloud, but I expect it to be bundled with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Game Pass Ultimate really has become the premier service on Xbox, combining Xbox Live Gold, Game Pass, as well as Xbox Game Pass for PC. I think XCloud will be bundled in this. Whether the price goes up or stays the same will remain to be seen, but that automatically makes Xbox Game Pass even more enticing, which of course is growing at an insane rate. They just announced that they have more than 10 million subscriptions as of last week, and I do think this could be really big for Japan. I've talked about this in the past, but Xbox Game Pass and Project XCloud being paired together in Japan has the potential to be huge with mobile gaming. That can also benefit the rest of the world as well, because that means Japanese developers will have more of a reason to support Xbox. We know that Xbox consoles do not sell well in Japan, but however, Project XCloud and Xbox Game Pass might be just a little bit different. We are already seeing more Japanese games come over to Xbox and utilize Game Pass, such as the Yakuza franchise. You have Nier Automata, Final Fantasy, and the list goes on. I expect this trend to continue, and I do absolutely 100% believe Xbox will have more Japanese support for the Series X than what they had for the Xbox One. And to me, that is very exciting, and I think that Xbox fans are going to love that. And that is just one more reason to be excited for the Series X. What do you think though? Do you think that more Japanese games will be available on the Xbox Series X than what we saw this generation? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways though, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Peace out.